Like, what are we doing?
Corey Graves, the ignorant slut. Cannot pronounce the word coup de grace. He says coup de grace.
Welcome to This is a Takeover. I'm Shelby Ray Patterson.
And I'm Gina Brafford.
And today we are talking about NXT Vengeance Day. But first off, how are you doing, Gina?
I am lovely on
Yeah?
this lovely day. How are you, dear?
I'm good. I'm doing good. I see you have brought back our What Are You Drinking segment this time.
Well, this was just a completely impromptu grab, but I have a Spindrift spiked sparkling water today with real squeezed pineapple.
See, we were talking about this off air. I obviously cannot drink right now, but
What?
back when I could, I tried these and did not like them because I think I have found out that I love artificial flavoring too much.
You kind of do.
I really do.
Because you're obsessed with Diet Coke as well.
I am. And especially right now, it's like such a joy in my life because caffeine is so limited that I didn't have one today and my head literally felt like it was about to explode.
Oh, no.
I had just had decaf coffee and I think like a
caffeine
half a
headaches are the worst.
cup of hot chocolate like halfway through the day. And I'm like, what am I doing? I am an old ass lady. Like, why am I drinking hot chocolate in
Was that
the
from
office?
the break room?
Yes. It's not even the good stuff. It's just
No.
like the powdered
It's not
shit.
even
like,
Swiss Miss, though.
No, it's like I think it's like Nestle or something. Anyway, so back when I was drinking, I tried those and I didn't like them.
Yeah.
But it's because they have actual juice in them.
What a concept.
And
real juice and flavors.
I know, but like the Truly is just it's the one that brought me to the dance. Is what we always
absolutely.
say, right? Like
Absolutely.
I can't, and we distribute Spindrift too now,
We
but
do.
like it truly is the big money maker. So I feel like I'm cheating if I drink anything other than Truly.
I don't discriminate.
No, you
I
don't.
don't. Well, unless it's a White Claw, then I discriminate.
White Claw is air. It's literally bubbles and air to me.
It's like the smell of a new Tupperware. That's like the taste I get. Like I know it's very specific, but it's just so fake and just no, I can't. Nope.
Apparently they've redone their flavors.
Interesting.
And now they actually taste like the thing that they're supposed to taste like.
I will give that a chance then, but I
Yeah.
probably will still go back to my tried and true Truly.
It's like most LaCroix, right? Like there's only a handful of LaCroix that I actually like.
Yeah.
Like the key lime
Key
and the limoncello. Those are the only two
Y'all, if
that
you
actually
haven't had that, oh.
limoncello just tastes like you're drinking a cookie.
But the best part about that is that it's not that weird, gross aftertaste on the back of your tongue.
Right, like
It's
some lemon
so
things do.
good.
Yeah, the key lime especially. Not
Yes.
the regular lime,
No,
but the key lime.
Key lime tastes like a green Fruit Loop.
It does. It tastes great.
It's great.
I love
NXT!
I love our beverage talk. Our beverage corner.
It's been a hot minute.
It is, yeah.
I think the last one I had was a Bojangles sweet tea or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll try to, up my beverage game, but
You're
like
fine.
right now, I'm just Diet Coke it's the aspartame, man. It's just
It's the aspartame.
it is. It's the aspartame. I can't get away from it.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, so we are actually recording this a little bit later.
We are,
So
we are.
Vengeance Day actually happened like 2 weekends ago, I think now.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
Gina was a little busy.
Just a little bit. you know.
doing a little show called Jekyll and Hyde,
Whoop,
which
whoop.
was fantastic. If you guys didn't get to see it, I'm so sorry. It was
Aw.
it was a very, very good show. Kara, you did an amazing
Kara's
job.
first time directing, and she was absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was great. It was a really good show. But
a
we
really
could
fun show.
not record
No.
in a timely manner because I was not going to do that to my girl. I was not going to make
Preach.
her come
Much
down
preach.
to, come down to Rock Hill and on her few days off that she had that week. Like, I wasn't going to make her do it.
Much-
so I'm
much
so sorry
appreciated.
that you guys had to wait for this one, but
It'll be worth it.
it will be worth it
Our
because
commentary is gonna be immaculate.
I know you guys have missed us so much.
We've missed you.
You haven't missed me because I've been on like everything.
You've been-
But
You've been doing all of the things.
I've been doing the Lord's work is what I've been doing.
You really have been.
I mean, Royal Rumble, it was fun. I love Royal Rumble, and I loved giving dogs a hard time.
Don't
the
we all?
entire show. I love when one of us gets to invade their show.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Dogs and I have a show together, it doesn't really feel like I'm invading, but I'm definitely invading still. You know,
I'm stirring that pot.
I am. I'm just stirring that pot, and I'm just working my way into where I'm in every single show. I mean, honestly, because I did Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I'm doing this one. Dogs and I are recording another. This is
Tomorrow.
a rewind. And then we have Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing that one.
I'm excited.
So you guys better get used to my voice. Because it's going to be a lot of Shelby. But I was really excited about this show.
Yes.
Because not only was this show in Charlotte, which was super cool to watch and actually see the Spectrum Center.
Like, you know it.
Like
We all do.
It's so rare when you get to watch something on TV where you recognize it.
Yes.
And you can see it and you're like, I've been in there. And like, I know exactly where this is. And
Yes.
like when they cut to backstage and you see like the murals on the wall and like the Hornets logo and like, it's just cool. It's just really cool.
Yeah, when Braun was walking through the like in all the posters on the side or the actual like basketball players, and yeah, it was really cool.
It's cool. And so you had that. It was in Charlotte. And then this was the first like pay-per-view live event that NXT has done outside of Florida since Takeover Portland, which was in February of 2020.
It was the last pay-per-view before everything hit the fan. COVID.
Yeah.
Everything with, just within NXT, with NXT UK, with it's crazy to think that it's been that long.
And I remember when we were watching this, I had that realization.
Yeah.
Because all the other live, premium live events, I guess is what they call them now.
Oh, yes.
But all of those that they've done have been at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
Or have been in Florida.
Yeah.
Right? So having that like realization, and Portland was still one of my favorite takeovers of all time.
I mean, truthfully, if you haven't watched it yet, one, you must not be an avid listener because we talk about that one almost every episode.
We do. Even though we actually did not cover that one.
No, because that was before our time.
Yes, because we actually started
because of it.
in April of 2020. Right? So we were right on the cusp of when everything shut down because we had one recording and then we had to go remote.
Yes.
And then did a lot of our stuff remote. And then we went back into the office and then we were back into the remote and then we back in there. Like it was literally back and forth. That was how we started this show.
Yes.
So listeners who have been listening from the very beginning, God bless you.
Seriously.
Because it has been. Yes. Because so whenever I think about Portland, because I remember we were going to go back and retroactively
talk about it.
Yes, even though it had been months.
Oh, yeah.
Because this was in February was when Portland happened.
It was just so I almost said gargantuan, and I was thinking of Johnny Gargano.
Well, it was also a way for us we were like, oh, this will be good for us to practice because we really liked this one.
It was so
and
easy
then
to talk about.
We got like dove headfirst into the COVID era of wrestling, which was weird.
And that was a whole other level of just what the hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Just what the hell.
So to now fast forward to 2023 and like have all of that, and now we're finally back on the road.
Yes.
It just seems like a very full circle moment for our show.
Yeah.
And it made me really nostalgic when we were watching it. Well, just because it's like, okay, this is back to where we were. Like we're finally like we're not stupid 2.0 anymore.
No.
Like we are back to where we used to be. And I mean, this show was pretty good. Like there were some misses, but like overall, it flowed like a normal takeover.
It's getting back into the routine.
Yeah, like
it really is.
Just the way that it ran, it was just like, okay, so we're back. Like
Yes.
we're officially back now.
Yes.
And I am like crossing everything on my body that I'm able to cross that we stay this way.
Yes, that's me knocking on wood. By the way.
Yes.
Gosh.
Oh, I know. I don't even want to think about it.
No, we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Nope.
We hypothesized in the Rumble episode about
Nope.
Everything potentially going back to the way it was, and I stopped it in its tracks. I'm like, guys, we can't think about what is probably going to happen, but let's just revel in the goodness that we have going on.
I have a disorder that already does that for me. I don't need it in my wrestling. I don't. I really don't.
This is your escape.
This is
from
absolutely.
That. Yeah.
Let me go to school, watch some women and men just beat the tar out of each other in the ring.
Let's not think about the existential dread that we possibly could have.
The housing market? Lol.
Exactly.
Interest rates? Ha!
Well, let's get into it. Mm-hmm. So we have our first match was for the North American Championship,
y'all,
which was Wesley versus Dijak.
Wesley can do no wrong in my book.
I'm telling you,
he's unreal.
Ever since Nash Carter got let go,
goodbye.
It has been the best thing that has happened.
He's just skyrocketed. It's like he literally that guy was holding him back, and then he realized he had a jetpack on his back and pushed the button on, and then just went swoosh. He hasn't stopped. He's amazing.
So for those of you who don't know about Nash Carter, Nash Carter was Wesley's tag team partner, and they were, oh God, I'm blanking on their name. What was their name?
MSK.
MSK. That's what it was. MSK.
Oh, that's right. Because in my brain I went MST3K.
Yes.
Not the same thing.
Almost.
So close.
So they were a tag team called MSK, and they were super great. They came in and won the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Yes.
And were super. We loved them. They were awesome.
They were really awesome. However,
and then just like everything else, we can't have anything nice.
The rug got pulled out from under our feet.
Yeah, and Nash Carter apparently was an alleged abuser.
Yeah,
and
to his
wife.
Yeah, wife. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I'm mixing up the other story with our other NXT friend who was charged with battery and assault.
Oh, yeah, not the same guy.
Not the same guy. No. It's just, yeah.
I know. We have a couple of those.
Yeah, I just realized that, and I was like,
We have a couple of bad apples, but it's okay.
I mean, fair, though. Only 2 out of, everybody else.
You're thinking Velveteen Dream.
No, I was thinking of Atlas.
Jake Atlas.
I was
That's
thinking
right.
of Jake Atlas.
So there's 3.
There's 3.
Okay, but I don't really count Jake Atlas anymore because he left a while ago.
Yes, but his was just so drastic though, because then we found out with Duke Hudson and how they were together. And
I know.
It was heartbreaking.
But
Duke Hudson.
So we have Nash Carter. He turns out to be terrible.
He's a bad guy,
and he gets let go from WWE.
Bye-bye.
And so Wesley just is out there floating in the ether alone. And
literally because of all the flips he's doing and shit. Take that, Cornette. Sorry. I mean, more Met.
Okay,
Cornette.
He even knows that we're a blip on the radar at this point. We're 2 women talking about wrestling. Okay,
he's probably over there dry heaving wrists right now.
He is literally blocking anything like us from his brain. Okay, so
take that.
Exactly. So you can say his name all you want.
Jim Cornette
probably doesn't listen.
Stupid.
But so they kind of passed him around from feud to feud, and it just really wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then just all of a sudden he just turned a corner. And I mean, honestly, he pulled out shit that I have never seen him do in this match.
I think
he did a German suplex
beautifully
on Dijak.
Beautifully.
Dijak is a very, very big man.
Yes.
Very big man.
Which also, I know we were talking about a lot about Wesley, but I was extremely excited to see this man come back. I missed him.
Know. He will always be Dijakovic to me.
He will always be. And oh my gosh, and then I'll always think of him and Keith Lee.
Oh.
Always.
That match was at Portland.
That was Portland.
Yep. We almost had a nostalgic Portland spot during this match. I don't know if you remember or not, but he put Wesley in a rolling chair, and
I did see that.
And we were like, "Do not do the Keith Lee spot. Do not do the Keith Lee spot." No, he didn't do it, but he set it up.
So that's right. That's right.
He was gonna. So the Keith Lee spot is Keith Lee put Dijakovic in a rolling chair outside the ring. And he told the crowd to shush, and the crowd shushed. And you could hear a pin drop. Like, it was amazing. And then he just slaps the shit out of his chest.
Oh.
Like, it echoed. Like, it echoed to the rafters.
Reverberated around the...
It was amazing. And then he did it again. He did it twice. Bam. This is just going to be a Portland recap.
I know.
I feel like.
Well, we'll put that in the comments section. Just
Also a Portland recap.
Also, yeah.
But so he said he teased a spot, but he didn't do it.
No.
I was like, you know what? This is for the deep cut people. Like, these are for the people like us who, like, because I said it out loud. I was like, don't you dare do the Keith Lee spot. Don't you dare. How dare you?
I'm offended. Because I was thinking of the part when he got in the chair and then they put the broomstick through or whatever that was.
Well,
that's what
he ended up doing.
Yes. So I was like, wait, I don't remember that being the spot, but now I'm
yes,
now I'm remembering that. That was almost like however long ago when we watched this. So sorry if my brain's a little dusty.
No, it's okay. But like there was just so many spots that were just so fun.
Yes.
Like Wesley reversed a power bomb into a Hurricane Rana.
I feel
like there's just little things like, okay, yeah, like it makes sense that he can do that. Yeah. But like on someone who's as big as Dijakovic, and then Dijakovic being able to do that as well, like it was really cool. And I feel like I keep calling him Dijakovic, but Dijak hasn't been able to do that in a very long time.
It's
because
nice to see
he
it.
had stuff like that with Keith Lee.
Yes, he did.
And both of them were able to do stuff like that. But like, he hadn't been able to do that because of the whole retribution of it all and him going by T-bar and having the mask and like it just not working. So he got a repackage, went back down to NXT, and I feel like
he needed
the
to
best.
stay. He needed to stay. He didn't need to go.
No, he didn't.
No.
But I mean, the only thing that was a little wonky to me, but this was because I didn't know about the story before this match.
Yeah, no.
So Tony D'Angelo and Stax came out and pushed Wesley out of the way when Dijak did his moonsault off the top rope.
Yes.
And I was like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
I know. Like, we were like, this is the most random. I was so confused
because I was like, why is he helping Wesley? Like, they don't even interact with each other. Like, I don't understand. Apparently what had happened was at New Year's Evil, like before this, or something, there was a qualifying match for this match. And Dijakovic beat Tony D'Angelo.
There it is.
So that's why Tony screwed up his spot.
Understood.
And which eventually led to Dijak losing.
Understood.
So that was the connection between
there it is.
To me, it was very loose. And to be fair, commentary may have said it.
How did you? I was waiting for you to finish your sentence so I could verbatim say we talk over commentary all the time. So they probably did throw that out, and we just didn't hear it.
I'm sure they did, but like NXT commentary is not like regular commentary. They're not super loud and obnoxious. So like, they actually kind of progress the story.
They're not losing their minds like Michael Cole.
Yes, that's very true. But yeah, so I think they definitely said it, but we just weren't listening because we were too busy going, what the fuck is this guy doing over here?
Where did they come
we were having our own commentary. But, I mean, overall, because Wesley retains.
Beautifully.
And I think that was the right choice for right now because...
Oh, he'll come back.
And I feel like there's so many other people on that roster that he could really go with.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think it would be really fun to see him in more matches. So, I mean, I give this a 4.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was great.
This is one of my favorites of the night.
And see, this is where I feel like OG NXT really thrives.
Yes.
Which I think this is what I'm going to just be calling it for the foreseeable future. It's just the OG NXT because I know we're kind of back in the original era.
Yeah.
But like to differentiate between the 2.0 era and this now, I feel like that's like my way to
that's
distinguish
smart.
it.
I got you.
But like the way that the OG NXT would go is you would have a strong start like
Always.
this.
That's
Every single takeover would just like, this is how we lure them in. Like, we're going
It's
to
the
like,
hook.
this could be the main, or this could even be the semi-main, but we're actually going to put them first. So that way, like, you're going to keep watching. Even if the next one is shit, you're still going to keep watching because that first one was amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good strategy because
Sorry about your tiny dick.
they might not have even heard that. I said listeners might not have even heard that.
Well, sorry, guys.
Now we can't cut it.
Dang it.
Anyway, but I feel like it's a good strategy because then you lead into this next match, which I don't really feel like was very strong.
Oof.
But you're still going to be like, okay, but that first one though,
Yeah.
I know what they can do. So like,
Yeah.
obviously like the next one after this one is probably going to be good.
It's almost, in fact, they do it, I think, on purpose.
Yeah. So really
They do.
the second
so then
spot,
you forget, because the second spot is always like, you forget.
it's not bad, but it's like kind of the weaker one.
Yes.
Because like,
for the most part.
because the
always.
second spot for this one, it was the women's tag team championship.
Yeah.
And I know we fought for these belts. I know
We really
I know
did.
we wanted these belts.
So bad. I still want them, but I just
But
want.
do we need these belts now?
I say.
I know everyone is probably screaming at me right now because I'm totally contradicting myself, and I call that out. I understand that. But these matches, if they're going to keep doing them like this,
So that's it, really.
I don't think we need them.
Okay, but the other thing is that it's clearly because Raquel's gone, Dakota's gone, almost like Tegan Knox is gone, like all these other women who are part of the tag team women's era.
So basically, this is going to sound terrible, but you know what I mean when I say this.
Yeah.
The B squad,
Yes.
right? Like
They're stepping to the plate.
You have your champions,
Yes.
right? Because for the women, that's all we have. We have the women's championship, and
Yep.
now we have the women's tag. So you
B team, go, go, go.
yeah, they're the B team,
They're the B team.
which is not bad.
No.
because we need a B team.
Yes.
like we need that mid card. That's what it's
Mid.
called. Yeah, so the mid card is where this kind of lays. And the men have so many other titles that can
Yes.
fill their mid card. So I do retract my statement just a little bit and say,
Okay.
yes, we do need them, but I think they need to do them better.
So this is a grand example of how they're trying to just piece together a puzzle that's missing pieces. Because Casey and Caden, I forget.
So
I'm sorry.
okay, so
See
her name is actually not Casey anymore.
That's right. It's Katana.
It's Katana Chance,
Katana Chance.
and Caden Carter.
See, that's what's mixing me up. So
Both of them have KC initials, and it bothers me.
yes,
And here,
which I get it,
here's
but
the
also
thing.
yes, no.
So you have this match just to set it up. It's Fallon Henley and Kiana James versus Katana Chance and Caden Carter.
Which is my point. Where the hell do those two? I know that there's a story and we looked into it, but
Kinda.
it was it's very much thrown together to have Henley and because we talked about Kiana and
She wasn't there tonight either.
she wasn't there the last time we talked about it either. 'Cause
I know.
she's not. I'm sorry. She's bad, man. She's bad. I'm at the point of saying bad. Gesundheit.
So sorry.
Wow.
So
But yeah, she's bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that.
yeah, no, she is, and because she was in the Iron Survivor match,
And she was-
at
oof.
Deadline, and we were like, we had to look up her name on air because we couldn't
yes.
remember, and
I was like, oh yeah, what was her name?
yeah, and
That sucks.
yeah, because she didn't get any falls,
No, not at all.
like, and then she's with this person with Fallon, which I do like Fallon Henley.
Yes,
I thought she was really great.
she's got a character.
And I enjoy her. She's with Brooks and Jensen right now, which I think is so funny because it sounds like Brooks and Dunn. And that's the first thing I think of because they're country boys.
And I think that's the play that they're doing.
I know,
It's
and one of them
great.
even has a mullet, which is hilarious to me. I know you hate the mullet.
I loathe mullets.
I know you do, but I
And
find
a curly mullet? Yeah. Don't even get me started on a curly mullet.
Yes, Kara, he has a perm mullet. Like it looks permed. Like for one, I don't know of anyone who does perms anymore.
Disgusting.
But I guess they still do them because it is very clear. Like, I'll pull up a picture and show it to you.
Oh, it's
like,
so bad.
It looks
so bad.
It's definitely a perm. So, but here's the thing, though. I feel like because Brooks and Jensen were ringside during this match because the whole storyline is that Jensen is like in love with Kiana, right?
Why?
And I don't know.
Because she's hot.
Sure.
Yeah.
That, I mean, really it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? Because those type of storylines don't really have much weight anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be that's what the basis for all female storylines were. It was like, you're there because one of the male wrestlers thinks you're hot and he wants you to be his valet.
Yeah.
But they kind of did opposite
Kara.
role.
Kara's.
Kara's just like, yep, I was there. I know. So now the roles are kind of reversed in this scenario. Like the
It is
boys
kinda
were
cute.
kind of more valets,
Yeah.
which I did enjoy. But at the same time, like, I think it still took away from it.
Yeah.
But like, they also didn't bring much to this match. And that was the thing. Like, I'm trying to like
Excuse me.
Caden and Katana, but I don't.
At
And
the
I don't
start,
know why.
I did. At the start, I did. I really did like them. I really liked their energy. I liked how they genuinely work very well together. And it's just like suddenly like a steam train that's just not fully derailed, but just there's no coal left in the engine.
Do you think it was because like they were underdogs before and now they're champions and now we don't have anything to do? Like, we don't have anything to root for?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
because
exactly what
that
it is. Because I liked that they were oh no.
Yeah, so like they were underdogs and they never won anything,
No.
right? For years. And then all of a sudden they win the title and now like
It's like,
their
yes.
whole like they don't have an identity anymore. They're just the party girls now.
That, and then there's no one else that can back up, trying to take it from them.
Yeah.
So they're just floating. They're just like paddling water.
Yeah. I mean, there were a few good spots in this match, but like none that were really that great. I mean, but the ending was very surprising because
Yes.
Kiana held Caden's legs from the outside while Fallon was getting the pin.
Yes.
And that's how they won. So it was a dirty finish.
It was.
So-
Which suddenly.
But like Fallon is the good girl, right? So like this is also a thing and I don't want to harp on it too much, but like for the past few times for the women's tag team belts, they've had the team implode while they're champions.
Yes, thank you.
And I don't like it. So they did it with Cora Jade and Roxanne.
Yes.
And literally they won the titles and then Cora turned on her.
It's okay.
And then did the whole like throwing the titles in the trash like a Alundra Blaze style.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, and I was like, then what was the point of them winning?
That's the thing. Like, one of the things that is relatable to everybody is that when you're down, you're down. So you got to have that peak and you got to have that fall
Yeah.
in order to have it successfully work. And I feel like that hasn't been happening. I mean, in any of the situations, not just for the women's. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that, like we need the hero to fall, and it's an important part of a character's arc and story.
Yeah, and I think they have expanded on the disagreement a little bit of
Yeah.
like, okay, well, you cheated to win. This is not the way we do it. Blah blah blah. It's not that interesting though.
Well,
so I gave this a 3.
That's generous.
I think it is 2, but
I was gonna give it a 2.
it was just not great.
No.
And I feel like they really need to take a step back and just reevaluate the division and where they want to go with it.
Yes.
And if it is to uplift younger stars like Fallon and Kiana, that's great. But
Yes.
like they need to do it better than the way that they're doing
Absolutely.
it because it just didn't work this time.
You hear that, Hunter? Take note, my friend.
I would say we're probably talking to Shawn Michaels now.
That's
at this point
right.
because Hunter is busy running the other shows. So
Yeah.
I mean, so I think now we're talking. We'll say
I'm sexy.
we'll say Heartbreak Kid. Listen,
Heartbreak.
listen to us.
Heartbreak.
So
You're giving us heartbreak.
our next match is Carmelo Hayes versus Apollo Crews, and it's
Y'all.
a 2 out of 3 falls match, which
They are fine individuals. They are fine.
they're in their own different ways
Yes.
too. Yes.
Yes.
But you know how I love a good 2 out of 3 falls, or just any stipulation match in general.
You are a big.
I love it. This was my favorite match of the night.
I'm over here like, man, those men are candy, and you're over there like, man, this match is candy.
Yep. And that's our dynamic, and this is why this
Yay!
works. So I loved everything about this.
You know what? Now, because I like that first match, but now I like that.
Yeah, no, this one was definitely my favorite, like hands down, like down from the Titantron entrance that Carmelo had,
that tight,
like literally
petty,
mesmerizing.
that level of petty.
It was, and then he comes out in a crop top,
ladies and
that
gentlemen,
had Apollo's face on it. And then he took it off, and then he stepped on it. Like, just the like, ladies and gentlemen, him. Like, it was
so good.
beautiful. Like, it was just, oh man, it was so good.
Oh, classic.
I loved it.
Heel.
I mean, guys, go watch this. Like, this is, I'm not going to go through play by play with this one, but like,
we would be here all night if we did.
we would. I mean, it didn't say that this was supposed to be a number 1 contendership match, but it kind of felt that way.
Yes.
Because you had
Definitely. Well, they
Yeah.
mentioned that in the beginning because Apollo was like, I'm going to still go. And then, he comes out and is like, what are you talking about? I'm number 1 contender. Like, I'm sorry, wrong he, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Thank you.
Him.
Him. Oh my gosh.
Like, it was just so, I don't know. Again, everything about this, I'm just gushing over this match. But Carmelo went 2 for 0
Yes.
in the falls.
Which
is very interesting because when they've done 2 out of 3 falls, they've always gone to the 3rd fall. But for this one, they didn't. Carmelo won 2 straight back falls, and they were like, all right, he wins.
And the other thing that's so interesting is that normally in a situation like that where it's, 2 over, nothing, that person would be squashed. But they went back and forth. Like,
This was the longest match of the night. This was
my
actually
gosh.
longer than the main. This was, I think I read, it was 23 minutes.
Oh,
So this was not a squash match in the slightest.
not at all. And
Yeah.
they both came out looking incredible.
Yeah, because I'd be really interested to see where Apollo goes at this point, because Carmelo is, as we know from at the end of the show, is definitely set up to go against Braun Breaker, which God, I hope
yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I'm so frustrated. Anyway, but like, where does Apollo go after this? Because it wasn't a decisive win. Like, yes, he didn't get any falls, which I guess that's decisive in itself, but like, it was still 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It was a hard fought battle.
Yeah. So,
And truthfully, Carmelo got some of those pins like just cause of exhaustion.
yeah.
I mean,
that last one was.
Oh, that last one though was
Yeah.
it was close.
So oh man.
I'm just worried only for Apollo because who else can he go to? Apollo can work with anyone and everyone.
That's my point, though.
But
it's
yeah.
like you went for the big title, right?
As soon as you came back,
you went for the NXT. Well, not as soon.
Pretty close.
They waited a little bit on him. They did. But you go, once you go for the NXT title, do you go for the North American title?
Yeah.
Do you go for the tag titles with somebody?
Yeah.
What do you I think they're going to take a break. He's going to take a break for a minute.
Hopefully he gets a good long vacation.
Yeah, and then he'll come back and then maybe challenge Wesley or something. That would be pretty fun.
That would be fun.
But yeah, I liked this one so much better than his match with Braun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like this was hands down better.
Yeah.
But I think Carmelo is better than Braun. I
Carmelo.
really do.
Yes. I thought you were going to say over Apollo, and I was like, ooh.
No, I
fighting
wouldn't
words.
say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that at all. I think they were very evenly matched.
They really are.
But yeah, this one was great. I gave it a 4.
Absolutely.
Like it was very, very good.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I would have given it a 4.5, but it wasn't long enough for me.
That's it?
Like,
That's
yeah,
all it was?
I wish it was longer. I really do.
Oh,
I
fight
wish
forever.
I honestly, I mean, in this situation, I kind of wish they would have gone to a third fall.
Yeah.
Like I would have gladly watched this one.
I mean, we were
longer.
at the edge of our seats for that one. It was so good.
But our next one, I don't know if you necessarily liked this one or not. But I think it was because it was the ending.
Let me take a sip.
So this was for the tag team championship. So this was a fatal 4-way between Pretty Deadly, Chase U, Gallus, and the New Day. So I thought this match was chaotic as hell.
Oh, just chaotic.
Like,
I mean,
when
like,
you have a fatal 4-way anyway, it's going to be rough. But when it's a fatal 4-way tag match,
a lot.
and there's so many different rules when it comes to multiple tag match, like
Yes.
multiple team tag matches,
That I
right?
can never keep up with.
And you never know what rules they're going to
Nope.
abide by. And you never know if it's going to be tornado tag. You never know, like, if it's going to be like, okay, you have to go to your corner, you have to go to yours. Like, they never explain it.
No,
really. They just
never.
kind of start, and then you just see what the rules are.
It's kind of almost like Yahtzee. Just roll the dice and okay, so we're going to follow that one on this roll. But next time when they're in the corner, then I'm actually going to have to make sure that they're holding onto the rope or something stupid like that.
That's exactly what it is, because
Excuse me,
it was tornado tag rules, which means that, like, anybody could tag any person regardless of whether it's on your team or not.
That got me. That really got me.
And that makes it even more confusing to follow, because you have, like, say you have Xavier Woods in with one of the guys from Gallus,
And then
all of a sudden someone from Chase U tags in on Xavier, and then now they're going against the Gallus guy, and you're just like,
I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, I do want to say though,
yeah.
as people who grew up in the culture of North Carolina sports,
Yes.
this is where Chase U shines the best, because I mean, he's a North Carolina boy.
He
knows. He knows.
Yes.
So coming in with that big old sweater with the full, like, I mean, it's just as if, like, the coach from UNC or Duke or, like, any of them walked in and was like, I'm going to have a wrestling match.
It's exactly
And
what
it's
it
the
was.
vibe is amazing. So that was just my little side note. It's just
Because Chase U, I remember when they first started doing
Oh,
these
I was
vignettes, I was like, this is
skeptical.
stupid.
so
Like,
dumb.
this is so dumb. Because, again, this was something that was birthed in the 2.0 era.
So
we
wanted to hate everything.
yeah, we just hated everything back then, which is very valid. Not saying it
absolutely.
wasn't. But at the same
It's
time,
just our reasoning is behind it.
we were just like,
is
okay,
fair.
well, this is really dumb. They're just in a boardroom somewhere, and he's yelling at them and berating them, and
Yes.
it's kind of funny, but, like, not really.
Yeah.
So, but then once the 2.0 rails came off, it just exploded, and I kid you not,
Are you going to talk about your favorite person?
I am.
I knew you were.
There is this woman.
I don't know who she is.
She is like 5'0",
Maybe 5 foot.
like just the teeniest, tiniest person. Her name is Thea Hale, and she has the most energy of anyone I have ever seen in my
She's the
entire life.
cheerleader in this group.
She's the cheerleader of Chase U. She runs around with a megaphone, but she doesn't need the megaphone because she's just so loud, and she's like the best cheerleader. But see, she doesn't take focus.
No.
But she
has good timing.
I can't explain it. Like, she's not like the daddy magic guy that you hate so much from AEW that literally steals focus every single time
because
he's
his
on
coke eye is
camera.
about to pop out of his head.
Exactly. She has that, but, like, it's more of, like, more subdued.
So there was a timing, and I remember this clearly because we both lost our minds laughing, is that the crowd had gotten low. She's on the side, and you just hear, I'm sorry, I'm going to get back from the mic. Go! Just screams from the bottom of her soul. And we just lost it. But it wasn't interfering.
No.
Because Chase U was in the ring, so it made sense.
So she
to
was
have
cheering
her.
for them.
But
but also she would be on the outside, and if anyone was on the outside, she would like be like a guard dog and like protect her people and be like, you stay over there, you stay over there, don't you do
I
it.
have a megaphone.
Yeah,
I have a
she
megaphone.
would, like, you know,
the megaphone's about as big as me, but that's not the point.
I want the world for this woman. I do. I really do. And
I give her the world.
she is getting a storyline now at post Vengeance Day.
Beautiful.
And with Schism and Joe Gacy's new group or whatever, and they're kind of terrorizing her right now, and she is doing it beautifully, and I'm so happy.
Good for her.
But she
good
was
for you, boo boo.
She was a highlight of this match.
She was funny.
She was so funny, just so entertaining, and I mean, it kind of balanced out the craziness of this match. Oddly enough, her being crazy on the outside really kind of balanced out what was going on the inside. And
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think with the finish on this match, I think what was surprising, obviously, was the New Day losing. But it was who won that was surprising to me.
I was not pleased.
So
I was not pleased.
Gallus ends up winning, and Xavier is the one that takes the pin,
Which
is what pissed Gina off a lot.
I have a strong feeling of love, and I will dare say passion. For this man.
I would
for
say
Xavier
that.
Woods.
Yeah.
It sucks because Xavier's the only one who hasn't really gotten the push. Like
Yeah, I mean, he did King of the Ring for a little bit.
He did that.
But
yeah. Gang.
He is King of the Ring in my eyes.
Always.
But
it's just
what I'm concerned about is us being potentially robbed of the New Day. Because
so that's where my fear is.
They have, as far as I know, have not been seen on NXT.
So that's what I was worried about when they first came in anyway.
Sure.
I was like, okay, so are they here? Or are they here and there? Or are they Charlotte Flair there and then bye?
Well, because they showed up, I think it was on SmackDown.
Yeah, it was
and
just
had the NXT titles.
Yeah, but then they also came in on the one of the random like Wednesday nights and was like, "Sup guys, we're here." Like, "Oh, you want tag team titles? We can do that. We can go against you."
Yeah, and they had the little bit of a back and forth with Pretty Deadly, and
which hilarious.
Which honestly, I thought if anyone was going to win this besides them, it was going to be Pretty Deadly.
So
I mean, I wanted it to be Chase U. I think it should be Chase U.
Absolutely.
Because they are the most over. I don't know if it was because we were in North Carolina.
And I'm wondering, but still, that pop when they came out was fantastic.
There was a Chase U section
in the
crowd. Yes, there was a Chase U section in the crowd, and they had the T-shirts and the pom-poms. It was great.
All right, just because I know you're listening, sir. Are you basing it off of state, or are you basing it off of UNC? I'm just curious.
I think it's state. 100%.
I'm feeling it's state too, but there is a little bit of sprinkling of UNC in there. I just want to make sure.
A little bit, but the obnoxiousness is state.
We're always going to have very strong feelings about state.
That's true.
Because state like to cause drama at ECU. And they stole our pirate, you assholes.
But still. I think
it's amazing. It's made its point now of like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Because before I did not.
Well, I think it'll be interesting going forward. I like Gallus. I
don't know enough.
Well, I think that's it. And that was the thing with Pretty Deadly, though. We didn't know enough about Pretty Deadly. Now we know more. I'm not going to say I like Pretty Deadly, but I think I know more about them now than I did before.
I will say I knew Pretty Deadly pretty quickly upon the first match watching them, only because their characters are so obvious.
Yeah.
Like I get like what their motivations are going to be. I get like, oh yeah, they're going to do this because they're kind of like heels, but they're like, Zoolander heels. Like I get their motivation behind their moves. I get the motivation like with where they want to go.
Sure.
I look at Gallus, I'm like, okay, so you're Vikings?
No.
like, so you're Celtic? Like,
Yeah, kind of.
that's the thing. That.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
There's
I
no
get,
motivation for them.
I get what you're saying 100%.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be very interesting going forward. And I think it's interesting that both of the winners of the tag matches kind of left us like, huh?
Yeah.
You know, like it was.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was upset.
I felt like it was too soon.
Yeah.
You know, have them hold it for a little bit longer. And
Kofi just got he just beat Booker, which, by the way, that's hilarious. Hearing
they've
Booker,
continued that.
Booker just talking all that shit, and it's like, Booker,
So much.
Booker, you just mad. You just mad.
Oh, 100%.
I hope that's not the reason they came back.
I don't know. Maybe it was to drive ratings up. Maybe it was to, I don't know. I don't know what the reason was, but.
I mean, Kofi deserved that extra accolade on top of everything else he has, but
I'm sure
it can't be.
I'm
the
sure
only
he
reason.
did, but at the same time, like, he's gotten a lot of, New Day especially has gotten a lot of accolades at this point. Like,
New Day rocks.
they still do.
They always will.
I gave this a 3.5. I thought it was still fun, but I think the finish was
Lackluster.
Yeah, well, it just didn't do much for us, I don't think. So we're at our semi-main now. So we have our triple threat for the women's NXT title. So you have Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, and Roxanne Perez.
So I like Gigi Dolan.
I know you do. You and like everybody else though. Like she's the most over, I think.
Well, Gigi, out of all of Toxic Attraction, when that was a thing, I saw and I was like, I see it in her, but she's stuck in this right now.
Yeah.
And this match, Gigi opened up a can.
Yeah.
And Gigi was Gigi. Gigi was not Toxic Attraction Gigi. Gigi was the start of who she really wants to be. So her psycho was starting to come out a little bit. I got a little bit of vibe of Nikki Cross flashing in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
But the pixie, the vibe of Candace with the colors. So I'm excited to see where she goes from here.
Yeah.
And of course I love Roxanne. Who doesn't love Roxanne?
She's plucky.
She's adorable.
You know, she's so cute.
But she works hard and she does great work.
And honestly, I listened to the Sessions podcast with Mandy Rose or Mandy Sachs.
Oh, I still have to listen to that.
And the way that she praises Roxanne's professionalism during all of that madness that happened, it just made me respect Roxanne like even more. Because she's only 19 years old.
I know. They said that and I was like, no.
Yes.
Yeah, she's 19.
She is 19 years old. And she said Mandy said that they had they found out that day. Because it was supposed to happen at Vengeance Day. Mandy was supposed to lose the title at Vengeance Day.
We would have had to wait that much longer?
Yes.
Oh, God, no.
Right.
Oh, God, no.
But it was going to happen. Then they got told that day that it was title was gonna switch hands that day, like that night.
Oh my gosh!
So Roxanne has to go from I'm winning the title in a month or so
to right the fuck
right now.
Which makes sense as to why she was so extra excited.
Yes.
Oh,
but like
sweet baby.
Yeah. So I think that this match. It was very, very fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to because I like Gigi, but I'm not a huge fan of JC.
No,
and
yeah,
she's kind of annoying to me.
I agree with you 100%.
They came in and they were like, "We're gonna win the women's match together.
Yeah,
like we're gonna do it as a team." I'm like, "You do realize that only one of you can win?" Right?
Okay, okay, but you didn't read into that the way I did, which was, oh, yeah, we're going to work together. Motherfucking bitch. And they would look at each other like, yeah, just kidding.
I know, but I was just like, I couldn't get over it. I was like, y'all so dumb.
They've got to break from that dumb to get to where they need to go.
I know, but like,
you're so
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Y'all stupid.
Y'all so stupid. But they really did play into that though during the
Yes.
beginning of this match, because they even came out to the Toxic Attraction music together. Like they entered
the psychology
together.
was there.
It was so
there.
they got me. Okay, I'll just say it. They got me. But like, so they started out together, and then like throughout there were some cracks, you know, and then all of a sudden
JC started it.
yes.
She started.
And then all of a sudden they just turned on each other, and then from then on it was a true triple threat, because the majority of the match it was them against Roxanne.
Oh yeah, it was just essentially a beating for the first little bit there.
And it was great.
Oh yeah,
like this match was really good, and I mean the way that it ended was, I know there was a bunch of spots where JC and Gigi were basically throwing each other into Roxanne's spots. So like there was a dive that Roxanne did through the ropes, and like Gigi legit just pushed JC like into her. Or there was like she just walked away. I think like JC just walked away at one point, like, and just let her hit her. But I know that Roxanne put Gigi through a table.
That was nasty.
Which was
a really good table
also
spot.
Like tiny girl just
She's
lifted her up
strong.
and was just boop, like right through the table.
Yeah, because Gigi's tall.
Well, Gigi's also like she's a not bigger, but like
No,
you know what I mean when I say that,
yes.
right?
No, she's much more muscular.
Yes,
She's got broad shoulders. She's got thighs
she's a normal size woman.
Yes, she's a normal size woman. She's a woman who you can clearly tell works on toning.
Yes,
not getting jacked.
Right.
She look, her thighs, they could mess you up.
So for her to be able to lift her up and put her through a table, like impressive.
Very.
And then Roxanne hits the code red from the turnbuckle.
Oh, that was
on JC.
That was sick.
And that's it for the win. And then this is going into the future after Vengeance Day.
I was like, whoa, how far?
JC and Gigi are no more.
Okay.
They are now broken up. And actually, JC super kicked Gigi in the face.
Oh, that's what that clip was.
Yes. Because Bailey came on and did the Ding Dong Hello show with them.
Okay, so I saw the gif of her in the corner just So I was confused. I was like, where is this?
It was on NXT. It was the week after.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they did a whole thing, and now Gigi is at home recovering from her super kick to the face.
Good for you, boo boo.
Yeah. So I mean, I gave this a 4.
Oh, I could, yeah. I was thinking 3.5, but I'd go 4.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I felt like the storytelling was really good on this one.
Yeah.
And they where they lack in the women's tag division with the story and the psychology, they really
brought it back.
They nail it.
Yes.
They nail it with the women's title.
It boomeranged.
Exactly. So now we're at our main, which I feel like for the past couple of takeovers that we've done, the main has been not our favorite.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this was trash.
It was not great.
Like, I will fully say trash.
Kind of upsetting.
But not for the reasons of like, oh, like all of this was botched. Like, oh, like, no, it was just.
The match itself was sound, but like, I really think it's Braun.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I really think it is, because it's not, I'm sorry, it's not Grayson.
Because but here's the thing. Yes, it is Braun, but I'm disappointed in Grayson because I've been growing to really like him and really like how much of a freaking bitch he is. And his cattiness and his pettiness and the level of just, like, that's him.
Yeah,
none of it was in this match.
Very Seth Rollins kind of character.
Yeah, but it
didn't show up here.
Nothing. There was nothing. Like, he literally at the very end finally tried to be the last one to say something, and that was it. I was very mad.
So this was a cage match.
Yes.
Because, and I'll explain how we got to here.
Yes.
So we had,
let's rewind a little bit.
At Deadline, we had the Iron Survivor match.
Yes,
which Grayson won, which was amazing. What a great match.
Excuse you, bug. No, thank
there's
you.
a bug.
Oh, no, thank you. He almost went right to my whole face.
He sure did.
What is it with bugs in my face? Anyway,
I don't know.
But Grayson Waller, that was the turning point for me because I hated him so much.
That was the match where he literally just ran the clock out. Yeah, it was great. So then they have their match at New Year's Evil.
Yes.
Right? And so this was supposed to be their championship match.
Mm-hmm.
The rope breaks.
Yeah.
And I literally have Finn Balor flashbacks. And I'm
where
like,
are you, Finn?
How dare you?
She saw red.
We made an agreement, NXT, or just wrestling in general, that we were not going to do this to anybody ever again. Like, it was literally the same spot, Gina. It was literally like God came down, cut the ropes, and then ran away.
Yeah, that skeptical face is about...
It was such a... Okay, the match itself was fine. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you get to the end, and he gets up on the top rope. Not really even the top rope. He was
he
on the
got to the
second
second.
rope.
Yes,
he
he
was
got to
on
the
the second
second.
rope. And then the whole corner, this is the only way I can explain it. The whole corner just like collapses in on itself.
I wish you guys could see the movement she just did with her hands.
That's amazing. What it did. It literally, you just had the post. And then literally everything else that was holding the post together just collapses in on itself. And then Grayson falls to the floor and then gets counted out. And that's the end of the match. And Braun retains. And everyone's like,
what?
Bullshit? Like everyone's just confused. Like the crowd is silent. Like they're just like, what? Okay, so I think they saw that didn't work.
No,
right?
Really?
Right? No
hey,
shit.
I will say they do take notes, and they actually listen now, so.
They do. And so then they decide, okay, well, we're just going to put him in a cage. Because if the rope breaks, he can't fall out. So
I wonder if the guy who was in charge of that Finn match, he just like... You know, like the Phantom of the Opera? There's the Phantom of the Rope Cutters.
It's just one thing. Like, it's just one idea.
But he's not. He was kicked out that time with Finn. But now he's back. And they were like, wait, what? And they weren't expecting that. And so now they just are chasing this guy named Jerry, who's just like, jerry rigging all.
It's like Jerry's like only contribution to the writer's room is like, what if we just cut the rope?
I can cut the rope.
Like,
what if
it? You're like, Jerry, that's not a good idea.
I'll cut the rope.
No one thinks it's a good idea.
But it looks great.
So they...
Why did he turn feral?
I don't know. Because only feral people cut ropes. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, they have this match, and it's a cage match. And so you're thinking, okay, like...
Brutal, violent.
Crazy shit happens in cage matches. Like, anything can happen. You can bring anything into the cage. They don't bring anything into the cage.
Not even chairs.
Nothing. No kendo sticks.
Nope.
No chairs. No tables.
Like, this
Nothing.
is prime example of how you could use your character to do stuff. I wonder if he wouldn't have taken anything. Wait, has he ever been hit by anything? Other than a human?
Other than a human?
Other than the human body slapping the meat?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What if he's like too scared? Like, what if he doesn't want to get hurt?
Okay.
Braun.
I'm sure.
I'm sorry, I'm jumping to massive conclusions.
You
here,
are.
sir,
You really went there.
I did. But I just, what?
I don't know.
Why not?
Like, so it made the match really boring.
It was.
Because it was basically just a regular match with a cage around it. They used the cage like a little bit, but like not really. Yeah. And then they've now made it a stipulation where you can't crawl out of the cage.
Boo.
To win. Like, that's a thing. You can't do that anymore.
But
so every time anybody goes up to the top, you're thinking, okay,
oh, he's gonna chicken shit out.
Well, no, I think the opposite. I'm like, you're about to do a crazy move.
That's fair,
right? Because that's not a rule that we have anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, every time that Grayson climbs up the cage, we're about to see a really cool spot. We didn't get any of those.
No.
we got one with Grayson, and that was about it. And that was at the very end. But I mean, I really can't say anything else about this. And I feel like I feel like it has to do with the fact that they don't know what to do with Braun anymore. And we're getting close to Roman status with him, to me. Like, you're feeding all these people to him, and everyone is trying to work with this guy. And I'm not saying he can't work, because he definitely can, but there's just nothing behind the eyes.
Yeah, it's...
For me. Like,
it's muscle memory. It's not from the heart and soul.
There's no reason why you're doing any of these moves. Like, for Grayson, he has a very clear-cut character. Now, it didn't really come across in this match, but he normally does.
He's like a vampire that sucks, the energy out of you. He's one of those, there's specific types of vampires from in the shadows, what we do in the shadows. And so one of them is an energy sucker. And so I always think of, he walks into his office and like we'll talk to this one person, goes, "Oh, hey, Kathy," and she just passes out because he sucks all the energy out of her.
Okay.
So that's Braun Strowman. Braun Breaker. My point still stands. You know what? I'm sorry, Kara. Please don't hate me. I'm sorry.
For those of you who don't know, Kara loves Braun Strowman a lot.
He's just... I'm sorry. Don't hate me.
It's fine. We're going to cut check. Moving on.
Yep.
It'll be fine.
It didn't sound very
She barely
promising.
says anything, but when she does, it's brutal.
Savage. My heart.
But I think that's what it boils down to, because at the end of the day, he won with a fucking spear.
And
that's it. Like,
there's no lead up to that. Like, maybe like he had done every other move possible and then just had to spit. No. Nothing.
It was a boring match.
It sucked.
And Braun goes over with a spear again, just like Roman goes over with a spear again. Like, it's, to me, I'm like, you're getting real close. Like, you're getting real close to Roman territory for me, and you either need to lose and move on, or you need to change up something.
Yeah.
You need to get something behind the eyes, right? Because right now...
motivation is not there.
You're dead. Like, the motivation is not there, and all you're doing is just rules. You're just going through the motions, and, it's not working for me.
Not at all.
So... I mean, I gave it a 3.5, but I feel like I'm being generous with it.
You're incredibly generous.
But
I was evil. I gave it a 1.
A 1? Okay.
Absolutely.
It's not a 1. No match on this card was a 1. Maybe a 2.
Maybe a 2.
Okay, I'll concede to a 3. How about that?
Okay.
It still had its moments. It was
technically.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
It was technically sound.
Yes.
And like the wrestling itself was good.
Yeah.
It's just there was nothing else there. There was no meat on them bones.
Meat on them bones.
So the only good thing I think that came out of it was Carmelo coming out at the end.
That was nice.
Because that then sets up,
top.
Him versus Braun in the future. Mm-hmm. And I think that would, if anyone is going to be able to get a decent match out of this man, it's going to be Carmelo.
He needs.
Let's hope.
Because he has had the North American Championship, but he has not had the NXT Championship.
And that's what he said. So that's his motivation.
Yes.
So I think what I want to happen is for whatever, maybe Stand and Deliver. Maybe that's the next big one. That Carmelo goes against Breaker loses, and then he goes to Raw and SmackDown. That's what I hope happens.
You know what? I bet that's what it is.
Yeah, they're setting him up for either like maybe the Raw after WrestleMania or, whatever. They're moving him on, I think.
I know that, but that makes sense as to why. And I bet they probably thought it would be earlier and just something happened. And so now they're just in the waiting pattern of just, I don't know what to do. Just go ahead and just throw him there. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. Like,
let's just keep feeding him people until WrestleMania season, and then we'll figure something else out.
Okay, but if we're gonna have another monster-esque kind of person go into the quote main roster, where's he gonna?
I don't know where he's gonna go.
Where's he gonna go?
I just want him to go.
Like
I there's nothing against him. I think he is great. I think he is
2.0 actually was where he thrived.
Very true. Because he had the loud colors. He had the big, I'm muscle man, extreme character
Very
thing.
80s vibe.
Now that we're moving back to the gritty NXT, he doesn't fit anymore.
He does not fit here anymore.
It's the same. It's the Karrion Kross complex.
Yes!
Right? Like, he comes in, he's super big guy, like super intimidating, and we really like him. We get on board with them. And then we actually see him in the ring, and we're like, I don't get you anymore. you know?
Yeah.
Because I still feel that way about Karrion.
You do.
Even now. Like, I just don't, I feel like there's not much to him other than Scarlett. And
So cool, though.
Braun Breaker doesn't have a Scarlett.
No.
So
Gosh, no.
I don't know where he goes.
What would be his Scarlet?
I don't know. Put him with Karrion when he goes up. I don't know. You know, like two big meaty men slapping meat. I don't know.
Slapping meats.
Like, you know.
Kira.
Have you never heard that, Kat? Oh.
We'll show you that after this.
That is that's a Big E-ism. Yeah. It does. Yeah, it does. So overall, I gave this whole show 3.5.
I would say 3.
Because I
said 3,
feel
yeah.
like we had some really good ones.
Yes.
But not like stellar ones like we had a Deadline.
Yeah.
You know, like
Deadline.
Deadline I think is going to be this era's Portland.
Deadline.
Because I feel like that one was really, really good. And then this one, I'm like, like we had some squeakers. You know, like we had some
Squeaker squeaking?
Yeah, squeaker squeaking. We had some ones that were just kind of like, you know, like
I get it now.
okay.
I get it.
I was like, let me finish my joke, damn it.
Oh
like,
my God. I was like, squeak.
They just kind of squeaked it out, you know?
Understood.
Like, we were like, okay, like, I'm here. We're the women's tag champs now. Like, you know, like, we did it.
We did it. We're just passing through.
Yeah, so I think with this next one for Stand and Deliver, with it being WrestleMania weekend, it'll probably go back to where it was, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
That'll be nice.
But so who is Gina Brafford's ignorant slut? Big exhale.
Runner up is Braun.
Okay, fair.
Obvious reasons. But I don't like this Kiara.
Kiana.
That's the point. That's the point. We don't even know. I don't even care to know her name. I don't care. Like, I was like, okay, last pay-per-view or, you know, NXT TakeOver, I was like, okay, maybe she's just new. She's just trying to figure out what to do. No. There's nothing to her. There's nothing to her. She's like I look at them like it's not even like it's baby wrestling, like where it's like I see that you're at least training.
Sure.
I see that the moves are starting to process. It's like nothing. I don't like her. She doesn't even exist on my radar.
Sure.
And I think that pisses me off more.
But now she's a champion. Gina.
Why? Why?
I mean, my ignorant slut was the entire women's tag match. So
Yeah.
it's kind of on the same precedent. Like, it just, yeah, it was the weakest link by far. And
that link rusted and fell off like 20 feet
It's
back
true.
on that chain. That's
It's
what
true.
happened there. That was, oh, no. That's my ignorant slut.
Well, who's your EST?
The Carmelo and Apollo match.
Ooh, yeah.
I really liked that match.
We're whispering now.
There's something, I really appreciate Apollo Cruz's ability to work well with anyone. And I've said that before.
It's very true, because even his matches with Braun,
He matched him.
He did.
Met him where he was.
he is very much like a Finn Balor.
He's a chameleon.
Right? Like, he is a person that he can be put with a broomstick,
You know who
right?
he's like?
And he can put the broom over, right? Like, he is that type of wrestler.
He's like your boy Dolphin Ziggler.
Who I think actually wrestled a broom.
I would pay to
I'm
see
pretty
that.
sure.
I would pay to see that.
Am I remembering that incorrectly?
He did something like
With an
that.
inanimate object,
Yeah,
right? Yes.
Yeah. But that actually is a testament to just how good you are. If you can make a broom or a pillow or anything else
Kenny Omega.
look good, yeah, you've got it.
Yeah,
Bryce
and
Remsburg.
that is Apollo
going
Crews.
through.
He is one of those people.
He understands the partnership is crucial too.
Yeah.
It's not that he can just meet someone. Mm-hmm. It's that he meets them and he goes, and like, I know he's the person that's back there like, okay, let's discuss this. Let's talk theory. Let's talk psychology here. Like, you know, I feel like, and Carmelo is just already a breathtaking person, like, to watch in the ring. Mm-hmm. The skill set that he has, the timing. I always talk about timing. I know I say it a lot. You know,
but it's important.
But it you realize how important it is when it isn't there.
Yeah.
But when it's there, it makes sense. It's just flawless when the timing is right. And the both of them working together, I loved it. I loved it.
It was effortless.
It was effortless. Mm-hmm. It was like breathing.
It was like breathing.
Very hot, attractive fumes. But truthfully, no, I do appreciate them for their work and the amazing work that they do.
Yes.
But they are also very fine looking men.
That's true. Well, you can be both. You can definitely be both.
Yes.
Yes. My EST is Wesley.
I thought about it real hard and I was like, I bet she's going to pick him.
Legit. I've never seen him do some of the stuff that he did during that match.
He did unreal shit.
And I mean, Dijakovic was a very close, runner-up for me
too.
But oh man, Wesley is great, and I love him. He's great.
Hunter, please just let him stay. Please don't move him.
Don't take him away from us yet.
Please don't
take him away.
Okay, but if he did go, put him with Ricochet. But put him with Ricochet.
Yes.
But give Ricochet to him.
That's the only way that can work.
That's it. Or bring Ricochet back.
Ricochet did come back, I think, for like a hot second.
I know. He could come back.
He could come back again.
Well, I think that's it for us.
We covered it, man.
Yeah.
We nailed it.
I know we have so much coming up.
So much.
Because Dogs and I are continuing our best of series.
Yay.
With our next episode being about Finn Balor.
Ooh.
Which I'm very excited about. I don't know if he's as excited as I am. But it's fine.
What? Dogs? Why aren't you?
I said this in our last episode. We might fight on this show. Ooh. This is the show we might actually fight each other. Ooh. Because this is my golden child.
Yes.
Right? This is true. My what brought me to the dance for as far as this age of Shelby wrestling.
That is
right?
very, very true.
And he doesn't feel that way. Obviously. So
does he actually not feel that way, or does he just want to mess with you?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find
Listen
out.
in to find out.
Yes, we will. Who's gonna win?
So, and then we will be back in your feeds.
Yes, we will.
For Elimination Chamber, which is Gina's favorite pay-per-view of the year.
I love Elimination Chamber.
I love
or
that.
As Kara, did you say it earlier? Illumination Chamber.
Yes, Illumination.
That was David.
Oh, yes. But I think it's great that you love Elimination Chamber because no one ever likes Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. But I'm also, and I can't believe I'm saying this, David Hensley, please don't kill me. I'm very excited for the Roman and Sammy match.
Oh no, I am too. Actually,
I want to see where the story. Yes, Kara, let's talk. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sad. I'm gonna. Okay, I mean, I'm kind of sad. I'm gonna miss it, but I don't regret anything.
Oh, absolutely.
But I will be curious as to how that goes and where the story goes. Because, I have to say I am kind of interested.
I mean, I feel
more so than I've ever been in Roman.
For real. Yeah.
But it's the best I've seen him, grow character-wise. Also, the spot with the chair.
Oh,
the spot with the chairs.
It's the Shield all over again. You would think that Roman would know to not turn his back on someone that has a chair in their hand. Okay?
No, he didn't know he had the chair in his hand.
No, he didn't.
He didn't know?
No, he didn't know that Seth did, but he knew that Sammy did.
No, I was talking about Sammy.
Yeah, so he knew. He knew. So he knows better. He knows better.
Well, maybe that's his art going forward. But yes, I'm very excited for Elimination Chamber and to talk about that with you and
yeah, I think
see where that goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I mean, hey, we're in the thick of it. We are in road to WrestleMania now.
We're full steam ahead.
Y'all are gonna hear us a lot in your feeds.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great and a lot. We're gonna be tired, but
we'll be taking some throat coat. We'll be
exactly.
We got some cough drops. We'll be ready to go.
It'll be
lots
great.
of water.
So
Or other
Gina,
beverages.
if people want to follow you on the socials, where can they do that at?
You can still follow me on my Instagram. There is not any more wedding content. So if you want to actually follow and not see any of that, that's probably great. But it's Broadway_baby 1218. I've thought about changing it, but you know what? I just got to keep
You're
it
in too
classic.
deep at this
I got to
point.
keep it classic, man.
Yeah, like what would you even change it to at this
God
point?
knows.
Yeah.
God knows.
Well, if you want to follow me personally, you can do
Yes.
that at SlayAllRay on Instagram. That's kind of basically where I'm at.
Yeah.
If you want to follow us at This Is a Takeover, you can do that at this_pod on Twitter or This Is a Takeover on Instagram. And if you just want to follow all of us here at Long Walk, you can do that at Long Walk Podcast on both Instagram and on Twitter. So
Very nice.
yeah, I did it this
You
time.
did- it was
I did it.
beautiful.
I had to stare at the table, but I did it.
Golf claps.
It's fine. So for This Is a Takeover, I'm Shelby Ray Patterson.
And I'm Gina Brafford.
It still sounds weird.
I almost said Belmont.
You
I
did.
for real almost did.
Remember, we remembered that from last time. It didn't work.
It didn't.
The triple name did not work for you.
No, it
but it's
did
okay.
not.
And, you know, you don't have to be called up to the main roster. You're doing fine where you're at. I got there. I got it.
I love that